Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Goswami
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Krishna Hare
Goswami
Hare
Ram,
Goswami
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Goswami
Krishna
Goswami
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Goswami
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Goswami
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Goswami
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Guna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Goswami
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Goswami
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Ram, 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Goswami
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Goswami
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Rama
Krishna
Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Goswami
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Goswami
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Rama
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Guna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare Hare
Goswami
Hare
Goswami
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare
Ram Hare
Guna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Goswami
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Goswami
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Goswami
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Ram,
Rama
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna.
Goswami Goswami
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Guna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
Goswami
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Guna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Goswami
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Ram
Guna
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Goswami
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Rama
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Goswami
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
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 Ram Hare
Rama
Ram 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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Goswami
Hare Hare Ram Ram
Goswami
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Goswami
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Goswami
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Guna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Guna Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Goswami
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Rama
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Goswami
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Guna
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Goswami
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Guna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Goswami
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Goswami
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Goswami
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Jai
Hare.
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Om
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Nitya
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Nityananda
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare
Nityananda
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Jai
Krishna
Shri
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Nityananda
Hare.
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Nityananda
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Jai
Hare
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Goswami
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Nam Nam,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Nam Nam
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Nam
Krishna
Nam, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Nam
Hare
Nam, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Nam
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Nam Nam,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Nam Hare
Nam
Hare,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Nam
Ram,
Nam
Nam Nam,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Nam Nam Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Nam
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 Nam,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Nam Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Nam
Hare
Nam, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Nam
Ram,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Nam
Krishna
Nam, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Nam 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Nam
Ram
Nam,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Nam Nam
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Nam
Krishna
Nam, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Nam
Hare,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Nam Nam,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Nam Nam
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Nam Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Nam Nam, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Nam Nam, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Nam, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Nam Nam,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Nam Nam,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Nam
Hare
Nam, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Nam Nam, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Nam Nam,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Nam
Krishna
Nam, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Nam Nam, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Nam
Ram
Nam,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Nam Nam,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Nam
Krishna
Nam, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Nam, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Nam
Krishna
Nam,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Ram Ram Krishna 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Guna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Guna, Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna, Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Guna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Guna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Guna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Guna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Guna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Guna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare Guna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Guna, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Guna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Rama,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Rama,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Rama,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Krishna 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama
Hare Rama,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Krishna Krishna, 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 Krishna Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, 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 Krishna Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Ram Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Ram
Ram Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Hare
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Chaitanya Prabhu
Hare Ram Hare
Nityananda
Ram
Shri Advaita
Hare Krishna
Gadadhar
Krishna Krishna
Shivasati
Krishna
Gaura
Hare Hare
Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Hare Rama,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare 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 Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Ram, Ram, Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Rama
Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Rama Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Ram
Rama
Hare Ram Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Hare Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Chaitanya,
Ram Ram Ram
Prabhu
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram
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 Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
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 Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Rama
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
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 Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
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 Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama Rama
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Prabhuji
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So let's see. Okay, so we are going to read this chapter. Questions by King Parikshit. And this is after Narad Muni asks Brahma as to who is the Supreme. And Brahma explains all the incarnations. So now Parikshit is asking questions. So we'll start with this five verses.
Start. King Parikshit inquired from Shukdev Goswami, how did Narad Muni, whose hearers are as fortunate as those instructed by Lord Brahma, explain the transcendental qualities of the Lord, who is without material qualities, and before whom did he speak? So I think in the previous verses, Brahma had asked Narad Muni to speak about the Lord and his wonderful qualities. So here is a follow-up question. Who did he speak to? Who were those fortunate people that he spoke? And how did he explain the qualities?
Yeah, in the previous chapter, I think he said you should explain this to others.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. The king said, I wish to know. Narrations concerning the Lord who possesses wonderful potencies are certainly auspicious for living beings in all planets. So Krishna Katha is auspicious for everybody in all planets, anybody who hears. O greatly fortunate Shukdev Goswami, Please continue narrating Srimad Bhagavatam so that I can place my mind upon the Supreme Soul, Lord Krishna, and being completely freed from material qualities, thus relinquish this body. So please keep speaking so I can fix my mind on Krishna and I can leave my body like in this condition. So yeah, that's what happens, right? So unless anybody asks questions, how would the class continue? The class stops. So that's why Parikshit Maharaj keeps on asking questions and Srimad Bhagavatam continues. Persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Srinvata Shraddhaya Nityam, Grantascha Swachestitam, Kalena Nati Dirgena, Bhagavan Vishate Ridhi. Persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and are always taking the matter very seriously will have the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna manifested in their hearts within a short time. So this is spoken by Parikshit Maharaj, this verse. Looks like it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. One who hears Srimad Bhagavatam daily, regularly, will soon have Krishna manifest in their hearts in a very short time. प्रविष्टकर्णरन्ध्रेण स्वानं भावसरोरुहं तनोति शमलं कृष्ण सलिलस्य यथा शरद. The sound incarnation of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Soul, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, enters into the heart of a self-realized devotee, sits on the lotus flower of his loving relationship, and thus cleanses the dust of material association, such as lust, anger, and hankering. Thus it acts like autumnal rains upon pools of muddy water. So as the Srimad Bhagavatam is heard, it gets into the heart and sits on the lotus flower of the loving relationship, and it's like the rains. It clears all the dirt and the muddy water, all the dirt in our heart of these anarthas, lust, anger, hankering automatically gets removed. And this Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you, Prabhu.
Next. Who wants to read?
I can read. And verse also?
No, we can, if there is a famous verse, then we can.
Okay. Yeah. A pure devotee of the Lord whose heart has been once cleansed by the process of devotional service never relinquishes the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, for they fully satisfy him as a traveler is satisfied at home after a troubled journey. Yeah, it's a nice analogy that traveler is satisfied when we reach to home after troubled journey. So as a jiva, conditioned soul is traveling in this material world with threefold miseries and of course the four main problem, birth, death, old age and disease. But if we hear if we do the process of devotional service, once purified, and then in that fully purified state, like a pure devotee of the Lord, whose heart is cleansed, so they don't leave the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, and they're fully satisfied. Seventh. O learned Brahmana, the transcendental spirit soul is different from the material body. Does he acquire the body accidentally or by some cause? Will you kindly explain this? For it is known to you. Okay, so the soul is different from the material body, and he's asking that is it by an accident or some cause? So of course it's our desire, not accidentally. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for whose abdomen the lotus stem sprouted, is possessed of a gigantic body according to his own caliber and measurement, then what is the specific difference between the body of the Lord and those of the common living entities? So, other question. What is the difference between us and the Lord? Brahma, who was not born of a material source, but of the lotus flower coming out the navel or abdomen of the Lord, is the creator of all those who are materially born, of course, by the grace of the Lord. Brahma was able to see the form of the Lord. Okay, so Brahma is born from the Lord's body. Okay. And he's the second cause. The primary cause is the Lord. Because he said that by the grace of the Lord, he can able to create this material world. Please also explain the personality of Godhead who lies in every heart as a super soul and as the Lord of all energies, but is untouched by his external energy. It seems like that we read this, the Krishna's tattva, that Krishna is um, Purusha avatar, right? We read previously. So it's asking that now explain the energies of the Lord. And
So, what are the questions so far? What questions he has asked, Parikshit Maharaj? First question. What is the
uh,
first question he asked?
What
he
did
asked
Narad
that.
Muni speak? Like, who did he speak to? Who were those fortunate souls? And how did he explain the qualities of the Lord?
Second question.
He asked that the body of the spirits, Lord is different from the body and us. Right? I mean, no, that he asked that second question is how this body is, a soul is good, this body, material body. Is it some accident or some cause?
And third question.
Lord is asking in the eighth one that difference between the body of the Lord and the living entities, common living entities.
Okay. Yeah, question. Then more questions is asking. So, who's going to read next? Be nice.
May I read, Prabhupada?
Yeah, go ahead.
O learned Brahmana, it was formerly explained that all the planets of the universe with their respective governors are situated in the different parts of the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. I have also heard that the different planetary systems are supposed to be in the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. But what is their actual position? Will you please explain that? Also, please explain the duration of time between creation and annihilation and that of other subsidiary creations, as well as the nature of time indicated by the sound of past, present, and future. Also, please explain the duration and measurement of life of the different living beings known as the demigods, the human beings, etc., in different planets of the universe. O purest of the Brahmanas, please also explain the cause of the different durations of time, both short and long, as well as the beginning of time following the course of action. Then again, kindly describe how the proportionate accumulation of the reactions resulting from the different modes of material nature act upon the desiring living and living being, promoting or degrading him among the different species of life, beginning from the demigods down to the most insignificant creatures. O best of the Brahmanas, please also describe how the creation of the globes throughout the universe, the four directions of the heaven, the sky, the planets, the stars, the mountains, the rivers, the seas, and the islands, as well as their different kinds of inhabitants, takes place. Hare Krishna.
So, more questions he's asking about the position of all the planets in the Virat Roop, the duration of time on different planets, and like that. Okay. And how the living entity is transmigrating, sometimes becoming a demigod, sometimes becoming a very insignificant creature. Okay, so text 16 onwards till 20. Somebody like to read. Does Kanan like to read this? If he's there. Kanan, are you there? You want to read?
I can read.
Yeah, I can read till text 20, so we are on 16.
Okay. Also, please describe the inner and outer space of the universe by specific divisions as well as the character and activities of the great souls, and also the characteristics of the different classification of the caste and orders of social life. Please explain all the different ages in the duration of the creation and also the duration of such ages. Also, tell me about the different activities of the different incarnations of the Lord in different ages. Please also explain what may generally be the common religious affiliations of human society, as well as their specific occupational duties in religion, the classification of social orders, as well as the administrative royal orders, and the religious principles for one who may be in distress. Kindly explain all about the elementary principles of creation, the number of such elementary principles, their causes, and their development, and also the process of devotional service and the methods of mystic powers. What are the opulences of the great mystics, and what is their ultimate realization? How does the perfect mystic become detached from the subtle astral body? What is the basic knowledge of the Vedic literatures, including the branches of history and the supplementary Purana?
So let's review the questions he asked. So he's saying he wants to know about the great souls and also the universal structure. Varnashram he wants to know, and all the different incarnations of the Lord in different ages, what were their activities. Okay. So, yeah, what are the principles for human society? Okay, all this is asking. Okay, now we'll go to verse 21 to 25. I think that's no, we have. Okay, so next, let's see who is there. Umakant, Prabhu might want to read if he is there.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So please explain unto me how the living beings are generated, how they are maintained, and how they are annihilated. Tell me also of the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service unto the Lord. What are the Vedic rituals and injunctions of the supplementary Vedic rites? And what are the procedures of religion, economic development, and sense satisfaction? Please also explain how merged in the body of the Lord living beings are created and how the infidels appear in the world. Also, please explain how the unconditional living entities exist. The independent personality of Godhead enjoys his pastimes by his internal potency, and at the time of inhalation gives them up to the external potency, and he remains a witness to it all. O great sage, representative of Lord, kindly satisfy my inquisitiveness in all that I have inquired from you and all that I may not have inquired from you from the very beginning of my questionings. Since I am a soul surrendered unto you, please impart full knowledge in this connection. O great sage, you are as good as Brahma, the original living being. Others follow custom only, as followed by the previous philosophical speculators.
Okay, so now next one. Who's supposed to read? So he's asking more questions. He says, whatever I have inquired from you and whatever I have not inquired from you, you please tell me. I am soul surrendered to you. Please tell me everything about the Lord and His devotees, how living beings are created, how they appear in this world. What are the advantages of doing devotionals? There is no disadvantage, but he's saying, tell me of the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service. Okay. So now 25, we read 26 to the end of the chapter 29. We'll read, let's see, we'll read. Maybe Krishna Prasad or.
Yeah, I can read, Prabhuji.
Or
O learned Brahmana, because of my drinking the nectar of the message of the infallible personality of Godhead, which is flowing down from the ocean of your speeches, I do not feel any sort of exhaustion due to my fasting. Suta, Suta Goswami said, thus Sukadeva Goswami, being invited by Maharaj Parikshit to speak on topics of the Lord Sri Krishna with the devotees, was very much pleased. He began to reply to the inquiries of Maharaj Parikshita by saying that the signs of the personality of Godhead was spoken first by the Lord himself to Brahmana when he was first born. Srimad Bhagavatam is the supplementary Vedic literature, and it is just in pursuance of the Vedas. He also prepared himself to reply to all that King Parikshit had inquired from him. Maharaj Parikshit was the best in the dynasty of the Pandus, and thus he was able to ask the right questions from the right person.
okay, so he was fasting, but he was not feeling that because he was absorbed in Krishna. The hearing about Krishna, so he was not feeling any exhaustion. Okay. So he started replying already. This knowledge was first spoken to Lord Brahma. Like that in Srimad Bhagavatam also. Okay. So he's asking the right questions and there is the right person to answer. So the next chapter will have all the answers. So we'll see that tomorrow. Okay. We'll read some verses from the Bhagavatam, the Pumsavan ceremony. So let's see. I think we read this performing. So, Diti performed this vrat for 1 year, and she got her, her heart changed. So let's see what we read the summary. So now read the verses. Maharaj Parikshit said, "My dear Lord, you have already spoken about the Pumsavan vow. Now I want to hear about it in detail. For understanding that by observing this vow, one can please the Supreme Lord Vishnu." So yesterday, Kratu Prabhu was there and he was telling about the 10 offenses, which I think Umakant Prabhu may not have heard. So maybe we can give him a link to the 10 offenses, or we can just discuss the 10 offenses, the holy name. Right, Umakant Prabhu, is it?
Yes, thank you.
So, yeah, this is important, the 10 offenses. So, maybe there are 10, so we can read 5, 3, 3, maybe. I would like to read the 10 offenses. And maybe explain a little bit, whoever is reading that.
Yeah, so the first one that is most important, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. This is known as the Hatimata offense, right? What is a mad elephant offense? Like, you can cultivate a very nice garden, but one mad elephant enters your garden, it will destroy it completely. So criticizing devotees and fault finding, speaking bad about them, hurting devotees. I mean, there are, what are the different types of offenses are there for the Hanti, Nindanti, Vaidveshti, right?
Hunting, there are 6. Joke bad. Hanti, Nindanti, Vaidveshti. So what is that? Hanti means to
Yeah.
to kill. Hanti means to kill. If you kill a Vaishnava, yeah, you can go ahead. Let's put the verse. Hanti, Nindanti, Vaidveshti. Vaishnavan Nabhinandati. Prudyate Yati no Harsham Darshane Patananishit. Okay. So what is it? Killing?
Hanti is killing. Nindanti is blaspheming, criticizing. Dveshti is dvesh, envy. Vaishnava Nabhi Nandati. Yeah, I think of not offering obeisances to the Vaishnavas. So when we see the Vaishnavas, we should say Hare Krishna and offer either Dandavat Pranam or just bow down your head and say Hare Krishna. And Prudyati means krodh, being angry, and no harsham. No harsham means not feeling joy upon seeing a devotee. And no harsham darshane. We should feel happy and joyful on seeing a devotee. So yeah, these are the 6 offenses.
Yeah, and this one represents the Nindati, the blaspheme. So it is saying, but there are others also. Of course, to kill a Vaishnava is even more grave offense, right, than just blaspheming. So
Yeah.
yeah, so okay.
To consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva or Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. So we should not place Brahma, Shiva, or any other demigods in the same category as Lord Vishnu. That's an offense. Lord Vishnu or Krishna is the supreme. Just everybody is servant of Krishna. Right. Ekala Ishwar Krishna or Sabhritya. Yare yachi nachayate taiche kare nritya. Ishwar is only Krishna, rest all are demigods. So we should know the differentiation. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. So spiritual master during the time of initiation, he has given us orders, chant at least 16 rounds and follow the four regulative principles. Those are the basic orders, but then there are so many orders actually. I think you were saying Prabhupada, he has written all purports. These are all orders of the spiritual master. So how can we, you know, try follow everything, but try our best, following the instructions of the spiritual master to our best, and understand where we are lagging and trying to improve.
Yes. Okay. So three. And is it okay, Umagan Prabhu? Is it okay? You're getting the.
Yes, yes, definitely. Thank you.
So next three. Somebody who wants to read and explain also if you want. So
Fourth, fourth is to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or Vedic literatures or literature in pursuance of Vedic version. Yeah, so the scriptures are, we just read it, the sound incarnation of the Lord, right? So if you deny the authority of transcendental knowledge, scriptures, or disrespect that, so there is no revelations, right? Vedic scriptures is saying that who is the absolute truth, what is our relationship, what is the potency of the chanting the holy name of the Lord. So if we blaspheme the scriptures, so we don't have knowledge. We say that in a Shastra Chakshu, there is a only way to know the truth is the scripture. So one should have faith in scriptures. So okay. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna is to be imagination. Yeah, so this offense is, the glories which is in the Kali Yuga, it is mentioned that there is only way to get out of this world is to chanting the holy name of the Lord. So it is all mentioned in the scriptures, our acharyas are saying. So it's not like some mundane logic. We cannot judge with them. That this is just an imagination, it's holy name, not as high potency. So one has to be like belief. And if we chant the holy name, we can see that how our acharyas get that, right, the purity of the heart. And so this holy name is not just an imagination, or it is non different than Krishna. So it has potency. Anything else, Prabhu, you want to add in
no.
this one? Yeah. To give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. Yeah, the name is not different from Krishna. So we cannot interpret or that with the material things. Um, it is absolute. It is not different than Krishna. It has same effect. If we call out Krishna with the name, so Krishna and Krishna's name and all his dham nams, everything is all same. So if we chant, yeah, that's that's it, bro.
Okay. Next three. Charuta or anybody else, Veena or who wants to read the next three?
Okay.
Go ahead. Dharma.
Um, to commit sinful activities
Six.
on the
I
strength
think
of.
seventh. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Seven,
No, no.
7, 8, 9. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name of the Lord. So means we should not be chanting and then also doing sinful activities. Right? Like similar to elephant, right? Taking bath and then he gets dirty. Um,
Yeah, but also thinking that I'm committing sins, and then when we chant, all my sins will be destroyed according to the glories of the holy name. So let me continue chanting the holy name and yeah, doing sinful activities and on the strength of chanting the holy name. It will destroy my reactions, thinking like that. Then holy name will not work.
Mhm. Eighth, to consider chanting of Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. So thinking that chanting of Hare Krishna um, is also, and you do karma kanda activities, right? That um, you'll get all your material desires, right? You consider that way.
Equating it to karma kanda activities means that, yeah. Okay.
Ninth, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. So this is where I think it has been mentioned that if we meet somebody who is not favorable, then we should not impart them knowledge, right? Um, we should not indulge in unnecessary discussion. And then 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. So this is another offense, because by chanting the holy names, your material desires should reduce. Right, right Prabhu?
Yeah. So to maintain means after knowing everything, we still don't have a desire to improve. We still are just in the same situation. We're just as is to keep our condition as is. So that is there, and not have complete faith that the holy name will give me all perfection.
Mhm.
That's what it is saying. So, okay. Then,
Thank you.
yeah, we can read this. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, which we say is Krishna Prem. Right? That's not mentioned.
Mhm.
Remember that even if one feels they are being offensive, there is no need to stop chanting. By trying to chant sincerely and serving the spiritual master, we may be purified of our offenses and may be able to chant purely. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So, like we had that, I'm feeling like this, okay, chant anyway. I'm doing this, chant anyway. Right? You are making offenses in chanting, okay, chant anyway. Of course, we try to give it up, but still, and then there is also another offense. It is also an offense, it's not mentioned here. What is that? It is also an offense.
To be inattentive while
Inattentive.
chanting.
So,
And
Mother of all offense.
inattention is also of three types, right? I mentioned in my class. There is indifference, there is laziness, and there is distraction.
Odasina Vikshepa and Jadiya. There's, yeah, laziness, apathy, and in
Distraction.
distraction, Vikshepa. So, yeah, so there are different ways you can. Laziness means you're not enthusiastic to chant the holy name. You're not
Mm.
distracted means okay, you're looking at your phone or and apathy is like okay, you're chanting but you're not
You
having
don't
the
understand.
feeling
Yes.
indifferent.
Yes. That the holy name is Krishna.
So these are,
Also, I mean, it says over here if one feels they are being offensive, there is no need to stop. Yeah, stop chanting. But the first offense, like if you commit Vaishnav Apradh, like you will just not feel like chanting. Like that's what it does, right? It destroys our taste for chanting. So we have to endeavor to also not commit offenses. So there would be purification happening by the holy name, but also an endeavor should be put of not to commit offenses, both endeavor and mercy, right?
Correct.
That's what they were saying, that it's like watering the weeds. Chaitanya Charitamrita says you may be chanting, but your chanting is watering the weeds. The anarthas are growing if you don't remove the weeds yourself.
Yeah, Labha, Puja, Pratishtha, all these are all insults. There's a verse that you quoted, right?
Kotinati Jiva Hinsa. Yeah.
Is it clear to everybody? Maybe Kanan has any comments. Umakant has comments.
Yes, I have a comment that number 9 is like uh, the person who doesn't have faith. Uh, why we have to not discuss? I mean, there is a if there is an unnecessary discussion, I understand, but to introduce them about the Krishna, you can talk to them, But if the person is not responding and ignoring, then we can give it up. But there has to be some kind of a startup, for the faithless person to become, you know.
Yeah, so anybody like to say anything? That
Right. We should test the waters. We can tell them about the holy name, but there are people who start to argue, and then they can go into being offensive to Krishna and the holy name. So that's why Prabhuji was saying that unnecessary arguments need to be avoided. We can initially tell them and see what the reaction is. If they seem to be favorable, then we can speak more, and if they're not, then we can just leave them, not argue with them. Like some may say, oh, you're saying that holy name can take you back to the spiritual world. Just one name of Krishna destroys all this, and how is it possible? And so many. This is what happened with Haridas Thakur and Gopal Chakravarti, right?
yeah.
And he was saying that what you're saying, that chanting the holy name will give you liberation. People have been doing so much tapasya, austerity for many, many years, that they can, uh, go to the spiritual or become liberated. How if you're not true, I will cut off your nose. Like he was so criticizing Haridas Thakur of the glories of the holy name, and actually, because he criticized the devotee, next day he got leprosy and his nose fell off. Right? So such people are there who unnecessarily want to argue and criticize Krishna, the holy name, and we want to save them from their offense, from committing offenses. So we leave them.
Is that okay, Umakant?
Yeah. But I can tell you one thing, that my daughter, she is more about believing in Buddha, and recently I stopped by at her home, and I saw a Bhagavad Gita in her cabinet, and I take it out and uh, put on her desk, and then few days back I got the message from her, and this is a startup. So she said, and she said, Prabhupada as a guy, she said, this guy knows so much about Krishna. It's very interesting. So it's like, it's by little you can initiate something, So I was glad that she was reading Bhagavad Gita at least, and she got the purport from Prabhupada. She read it, and she liked it, She said, wow. So eventually I will explain her who is this guy. Yeah, it's Prabhupada, But, there is some startup, So you have to introduce some way, this way or that way, And like Ratika Mataji says, yeah, you have to test the water. So I know that there was some kind of friction initially, but then I have to try all my best what I can do. So that's why, I just put the book on her desk, and then she took it to her main room and started reading. Thank you.
So there are some people who are open and they ask questions and but they are not inimical. Means they're not envious and they will not start criticizing. So this offense is to stop them from committing offenses. Some people are open, like this verse. Somebody like to read this verse from the Bhagavatam.
ईश्वरत्तदधीनेषु बालिशेषु द्विषस्तु च प्रेम मैत्री कृपापेक्षा यः करोति स मध्यमा. An intermediate or second class devotee called Madhyamadikari offers his love to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is a sincere friend to all devotees of the Lord, shows mercy to ignorant people who are innocent, and disregards those who are envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Hmm. So those who are
So for
envious.
yeah, he disregards them, or he keeps away to safeguard his own bhakti, and for that person to not commit offenses, he maintains a distance from those who are envious of devotees and envious of Krishna. And for those who are favorable and they are new, he is compassionate upon them. They are ignorant in the sense that they don't know about Krishna consciousness. So he is compassionate and he shares. Krishna consciousness with them out of his mercy. And to those who are devotees, he shows friendship to them, and for Krishna, he shows love to Krishna. So four categories are mentioned.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't say about Krishna directly. You talk about soul, you talk about karma, and everything else, because that person may not be willing to accept God, Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, or God as a person. So then you just talk about what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, how we are the soul, we are not this body, and then give some prasad. And this way they will become more favorable later on. So, okay, so that is also there.
I have a question, Prabhuji.
Oh,
Um,
go ahead.
does every living entity
Hmm.
has its own spiritual journey timeline,
Yes.
right? It's it's where they are in that timeline
Hmm.
on their spiritual journey, and also where they are in their material world, their timeline too. Um, in my case, I always had interest, but I was not taking the necessary steps to move forward. I never said no to somebody, but I listened. But there was a time in my life that, yes, I need to make that effort.
Hmm.
But there are some people who are offensive and just say no. They'll feel like you're trying to convert me, and they become defensive.
Hmm.
So my question is, every living entity has its own spiritual journey timeline.
Hmm.
So, so just like other Prabhu who explained, he put that Bhagavad Gita on their desk, and it takes time. And I think there are instances that happens in their life that will, like guardrail them towards Krishna. So should we just let it go, or should we try, like, test the waters, or just leave it? You see what I'm saying? There is you can give a nice gentle tap on their shoulder and say, go this way, but I don't think we can force them in any way, because every living entity has its own timeline, and then only it becomes effective.
Yeah, so yeah, Krishna consciousness everybody has to take up voluntarily. So there is no, but many are looking for the knowledge and they may not have the opportunity. Like she got the Bhagavad Gita and she says, "Oh, this guy knows so much." Like, so she was impressed, Umakant Prabhu's daughter. But had he not given that opportunity to give a Bhagavad Gita or to put on the desk, maybe she would have never, uh, like, yeah, she may have her own journey, but devotees, they go out, they preach. So those who are looking, they will, they have the opportunity right now. They have the knowledge, they have the book, they have the association
Mhm.
of devotees. So that's we devotees have to create the good fortune for others by,
Mm-hmm.
but not everybody is going to accept. So that's also there.
Yeah.
So we should not
I mean, we
discourage.
can. Yeah, we can try to increase the Sukriti. So let's say we are out for book distribution and they don't get the book. We say, can you please contribute to the new temple? It's a temple that we are building for Radha Krishna. Or, they may contribute some money and that adds up to their Sukriti. So in the future, they will become more favorable when they come across a devotee to take the book. And then if not, then we give them prasadam, like the food that is offered to Krishna, and prasad little by little, that adds their sukriti. And once their sukriti has reached to one level, when they come across a devotee, they will catch the fire of bhakti. So we have to leave a nice impression. That's all we are looking for here. We have to leave a nice impression when they come across us. We should not be seeming like, oh, we are forcing our religion upon them. We should just be very nice and friendly, and maybe tell a verse from Bhagavad Gita, like listening even one verse, or showing them a picture of the transitioning of bodies, right? Like how Maharaj was showing yesterday, or like, so little thing that we do can add up to their sukriti, and little by little, and eventually they'll, that's where their spiritual journey has started. If they have even heard once the Hare Krishna mantra, or sometimes we say, oh, you're not getting the book, just repeat after me this Hare Krishna mantra, and they are okay, because it's free, we are not charging them anything, and they say, okay, it doesn't matter, yeah, I'll chant Hare Krishna mantra once. So that one time chanting of Hare Krishna mantra will add to their sukriti balance, and then eventually in the future, that's where their spiritual journey has started.
Yes, that makes absolute sense. Yep.
Hmm. Okay.
And just to add that one, when Prabhupada comes to US, though nobody knows about that who is Krishna, not heard the name of Krishna, but he was chanting alone, right, in the New York, so that's Park, Central Park, right? But after just by listening also, I mean, of course, Prabhupada is a pure devotee, is a pure devotee. So, I mean, just listening also can impact one's consciousness. Even you see in the families also, somebody is take up Krishna consciousness, somebody is not. I agree with the Prabhu's point that every soul has their journey and has their timeline. When they take up Krishna consciousness, nobody knows that. I mean, me, if I'm talking about myself, I born in family where I saw that my parents were worshipping Krishna, and but I was not very. I'm not like averse with these things, but I'm not very much in like okay, I have to like take up the initiation or this consciousness chanting these rounds. And but at some point I came up because that was in my mind there during childhood, and when I meet across the devotees, and then I said, okay, let's try this. And yeah, and it, I mean, one, and of course in that case in the families also one can pray, one can give prasadam, one can pray to the Lord, because that every soul is belongs to Krishna. So Krishna knows that when this soul journey will start and when he is or she is ready to take up that consciousness. So yes, of course, we cannot force, and forcing, of course, there's a big no for that because it may be take you in the negative side. to Krishna. So that is also not recommended. Yeah, and the other points I was thinking, Mataji already said it. And one point I was thinking that why the devotees are so compassionate and giving Krishna consciousness, because if someone have this knowledge or tasted that something is very tasty, so that person really wanted to give that joy to others, and that's why they go out. They, at least others can say one time Krishna, so in this way they get some sukriti, pious credit, or eternal credit, or they give prasadam, they distribute prasadam in any, sometimes in COVID I heard that in Delhi or many places in ISKCON distributed so many plates of prasadam. So everybody gets that sukriti, right? And at some point they will take up this Krishna consciousness. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you for your. So now we will read the verses. So Malandu, now you know the 10 offenses, right?
Yes, I have to read again, and I will remember.
The link is there
Yes,
here.
yes. Thank you.
Okay, so now Maharaj Pariksit said, "My dear Lord, you have already spoken about the Pumsavan, vow. Now I want to hear about it in detail, for I understand that by observing this vow, one can please the Supreme Lord Vishnu." Okay. So Parikshit Maharaj wants to know what are the details of following this vow. How is it followed? Because it pleases Lord Vishnu. So Shukdev Goswami said, on the first day of the bright fortnight of the month of Agrahayan, following the instructions of her husband, a woman should begin this regulative devotional service. So it's about women, looks like, or anybody can do it, but it's following the instructions of her husband. A woman should begin this regulative devotional service with a vow of penance, for it can fulfill all one's desires. Before beginning the worship of Lord Vishnu, the woman should hear the story of how the Maruts were born. So, how today one should practice this? So, they should hear how this pastime happened, how Maruts were born to Diti. Under the instruction of qualified Brahmanas in the morning, she should wash her teeth, bathe, and dress herself with white cloth and ornaments. And before taking breakfast, she should worship Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi. So, in a clean state, she should worship Lord Vishnu before taking any food. So, that is included, right? If we go to Mangalarti, chant Hare Krishna. Of course, it says here that she should wash her teeth, bathe, and dress herself with white cloth and ornaments. Okay, so she should then pray to the Lord as follows. So after worshipping, or while worshipping, my dear Lord, you are full in all opulences, but I do not beg you for opulence. I simply offer my respectful obeisances unto you. You are the husband and master of Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, who has all opulences. Therefore, you are the master of all mystic yoga. I simply offer my obeisances to you. So, which is the name of Krishna, which says is the husband of the goddess of fortune?
Madhav.
Madhav. Okay, so Krishna has everything. But I don't want anything from you. I just want to offer my obeisances to you. I do not beg for you for opulence. Yeah. A devotee knows how to appreciate the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Purnam Ada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. This is the first invocation from Ishopnishad. The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete, and because He is completely perfect, all emanations from Him, such as the phenomenal world, this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. So, perfect thing comes out from the perfect. Basically, Krishna is perfect, and everything that comes out from Him is perfect, or equipped as complete wholes, perfectly equipped. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself. Because he is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains the complete balance. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 1. He still remains 1, although so many things are coming from him. Normally it would deplete, right? But here it remains the complete balance. Krishna still remains as is. Therefore, to take shelter of the same of the Supreme Lord is required. Whatever a devotee needs will be supplied by the complete Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna will supply whatever we need. Tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Therefore, a pure devotee will not ask anything from the Lord. He simply offers the Lord his respectful obeisances, and the Lord is prepared to accept whatever the devotee can secure to worship him. Even patram pushpam phalam toyam. A leaf, flower, fruit, or water. There is no need to artificially exert oneself. So, whatever according to time, circumstances, place, whatever you have, according to that, one should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One doesn't have to do a lot of exertion, Prabhupada is saying. So, like Dhruva Maharaj in the forest. Yeah, go ahead, Karan. Or you wanted to say something, Kanan? Or...
No, I'm good, sir.
Okay, so Dhruva Maharaj in the forest, he was worshipping. And Lord Narad Muni told him, yes, you just use clay and whatever you have to make a deity. And Lord is satisfied with a devotional offering. There is no need to artificially exert oneself. It is better to be plain and simple, and with respectful obeisances offered to the Lord whatever one can secure. Yeah, and sometimes we want to offer nice things, so we may go to the market and buy so many things and make a nice meal to offer to Krishna. Lord Chaitanya, when he visited Advaita Acharya's house, when he went to Shantipur, then Lord Chaitanya says, I take the dust of that devotee who offers so many nice things to Krishna. The Lord is completely able to bless the devotee with all opulences. Yeah, and according to your means, even if you don't have, and so simple also. Okay, we have in this Bhagavatam that story of, right, one was a very rich devotee and one was very poor devotee. What was that? In Mithila, when Krishna went,
Shruta Bahulashva.
Shrutadeva and Bahulashva.
Shruta was poor, I think. Bahulashva was a king. Both of them invited Krishna at the same time. And Krishna duplicated himself
Yeah,
and he satisfied them.
yeah. So there was a poor devotee and then Krishna expanded himself and he went to both. So and everybody, both of them were thinking, oh, Krishna has come to my house only. So, okay, so Krishna.
Yeah, Krishna is not looking for externals, right? Like Duryodhan had cooked the Chappan Bhog for Krishna, 56 items. But it was not cooked with love. So Krishna said two things, I think. If you should not eat at a place where somebody is not offering with you with love, or you don't have hunger, and both of the things. So I'm not going to eat here. And he went to Vidura's place, where Vidura's wife, who was very poor, all she could offer was a banana. And that too, she was so mesmerized seeing Krishna. She was offering Krishna the banana peel and throwing away the banana pulp. And Krishna was happily eating the peel. Right? So Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardhan. The most important is the bhav in the offering. Patram pushpam phalam to yo me bhaktya prachiti. Tadam bhakti uparatam ashnami paratatma. So many times he's saying bhakti, bhav. That is what I'm looking for. But yeah, externally also you should try to do your best according to your means. There was one poor Brahmana who could not offer Krishna anything. So I was talking with one Mataji over the retreat, and she was saying that she does Manasi Seva every day in the morning. She has some time allotted for that. So I was telling her about this poor Brahmana who could not offer Krishna anything, any paraphernalia, jewelry, clothes, or food items because he was poor. But he was offering it in his mind. He was dressing Krishna with the most elaborate and expensive dresses and jewelry and everything. And then he was cooking also in his mind the kheer he was cooking. And then he wanted to test if the kheer was cool enough to offer to Krishna, and he put his finger in the kheer to test. And like this is all in his mind. He's doing that, but actually his finger got burnt, real in the reality. So Krishna also takes any services that we do in the mind. Krishna is so merciful that if you cannot offer him, you can offer it in the mind. Or if you cannot physically do some service, you can do it in the mind.
And then we say that ultimately all the instructions are to bring the mind to Krishna. So that's also helping in that. If you, because now your mind is with Krishna. So that is also helpful in that regard. Okay. The next verse we'll read. यथात्वं कृपया भूत्या तेजसा महिमाओजसा जुष्टाईशा गुणे सर्वैः ततोसि भगवान प्रभुः. O my Lord, because you are endowed with causeless mercy, all opulences, all prowess, and all glories, strength, and transcendent qualities. So you have causeless mercy, you have all opulences, you have all prowess and all glories. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of everyone. This is how one should pray to the Lord. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like that. In this verse, the words Tatosi Bhagavan Prabhu mean, therefore you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of everyone. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is endowed with all six opulences in full, and moreover, he is extremely kind to his devotee. Although he is full in himself, he nonetheless wants all the living entities to surrender unto him so that they may engage in his service. So Krishna wants everybody to surrender to him. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papepyo mokshishyami ma suja. So when one renders service to Krishna, it is not Krishna is lacking something. Of course, it is for the benefit of the person who is offering. Prahlad Maharaj says like that, right? When you decorate your face, then your reflection in the mirror is also decorated. So when we offer to Krishna, the jiva becomes satisfied. So, so that is what, and Krishna also, Prabhupada says, thus he becomes satisfied also. Because now there is loving relationship. So Krishna is not needing anything, but he just wants our love, our willingness to serve. Right? So Duryodhana also offered so many things, but there was no love. So, and Krishna can know that because he's in the heart of everyone. So he can know whether this offering is done with pride, this offering is done. So he is not obliged to accept anything because he is not in need of anything. And everything we are offering is also given by him. So in that sense, we cannot become proud also. Well, I am doing this, yeah. The only credit is that we are surrendering to Krishna. So we are giving back to Krishna. So does he become satisfied? Because we have a free will, right? Free will. We may give or we may not give. So we praise the devotees who give their full life and full heart and full all their wealth and everything to Krishna. We praise them because they had a free will and they use their free will to serve Krishna. Does he become satisfied? Krishna becomes satisfied. Because he wants all the living entities back, like the child is again connecting with the father. Then father also feels happy. Oh, my child is again connecting back. Although he is full in himself, he nonetheless becomes pleased when his devotee offers him patram pushpam phalam toyam, a leaf, flower, fruit, or water in devotion. Sometimes the Lord, as the child of Mother Yashoda, requests his devotee for some food as if he were very hungry. Sometimes he tells his devotee in a dream that his temple and his garden are now very old. And I've been wondering about this pastime, which is this pastime, that his temple and his garden are very old and that he cannot enjoy them very nicely. Does he request the devotee to repair them? Sometimes he is buried in earth, and as if unable to come out himself, he requests his devotee to rescue him. Who is that? Who rescued Krishna?
Madhavendra Puri.
Madhavendra.
Yes, Madhavendra Puri rescued the Gopalji, who is now in where? Srinathji, in Udaipur, close to Udaipur. That deity of Madhavendra Puri is there. Sometimes he requests his devotee to preach his glories all over the world, although he alone is quite competent to perform this task. What is the example where Krishna gives glory to his devotee, although he can do it himself? What is that?
Arjun.
Arjuna.
Krishna.
Arjun. And
Yeah, about the preaching his glories. The Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Nityananda Prabhu came in the dream of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Asked him to write.
Yeah, he requests his devotee. So he tells that, like Lord Chaitanya is requesting us, right? Yare dekho tare kaho Krishna updesh. He's requesting everybody that you tell everybody about Krishna. So,
he didn't tell to Uddha also, right, when he is leaving the world, winding the pastime, he said to go to the Badrika ashram and the sages were there because Buddha is more like to the Krishna.
yeah.
So
So he alone can do it, but he wants his devotees to take the credit. As Krishna told Arjun, yeah, I have already killed all of them, but you fight and you will get the credit. And he likes, like father likes his child to be very in a very nice, elevated situation and glorified situation. So Krishna also likes that his devotee is like exalted, sometimes even more than him. That he wants Yudhishthir to get convinced from Bhishma Dev. After the battle of Kurukshetra, Yudhishthir was not feeling very good And Krishna tried to convince him. It didn't work. But then Bhishmadev convinced him and it worked. So he will accept his own failure also to glorify his devotee. So, like so many examples.
Also, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not write any book, right?
Yeah.
But he instructed the six Goswamis that you go to Vrindavan, Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem, Seva Pravartan, Dukta Tirtha Uddhar, Vairagya Shikshan. So you do this. He instructed and he empowered them to do this, and all fame to the devotees. Like what does Prabhupada says, Prithvi te ache te nagar adigram. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has already predicted. He could have done that throughout the world. He could have spread, but he gave the task to me, right?
Yeah. He reserved the task for me, and there is a, yeah, Lord Chaitanya could have done it. Lord Ram could have built the bridge himself. He doesn't need. Lord Ram is floating all the universes right in the space. So what is there to build a bridge? So it's difficult for him. No. But he is engaging everybody. So we say, yeah, it is a privilege to engage in Lord's service, and in this way we become purified. So we pray to Tulsi Devi, right? We say, Seva adhikaro diye koro nijadasi. So give me the qualification to engage in devotional service. Please give me the privilege of engaging in devotional service. So we should think like that. I'm so fortunate that I'm able to engage in Krishna's service, which can be in many ways: chanting the holy name, hearing about Krishna. Right, we are reading Bhagavatam, discussing Bhagavatam. So this is speaking about Krishna. This is very, you're hearing and speaking like that. So this is very wonderful. Krishna is so kind, he allows me to engage in his service. Okay, Radharani, of course, Radharani is kind or kinder. Sometimes he requests his devotee to preach his glories all over the world, although he alone is quite competent to perform this task. So every time we chant Maha Mantra, we should think, so Krishna merciful. I am able to move my tongue, generate the sound of the Maha Mantra, and I am able to have ears, I can hear. So wonderful. Yeah, Krishna is giving me again. I could have died yesterday, but Krishna again gave me another day so that I can again chant Hare Krishna. So in this way we can be grateful to the Lord for all the things in our life. Instead of saying, I don't have this and I want this and I didn't get that, they say we should count our blessings. First, we got human form of life. Yesterday, in the lecture, it was mentioned how rare is this human form of life we got. And then also the association of devotees. So that's where we should not think that it is just it's a golden opportunity to connect with Krishna and to go back home out of this cycle of birth and death, right? We have suffered so much in this world. So they say, give one life to Krishna. Anything, all these things is not going to ultimately help in any way other things, right? To give one life to Krishna. Even though the Supreme Personality of Godhead is endowed with all the possessions and is sufficient, self-sufficient, he depends on his devotees. He likes to depend on his devotees. Devotees depend on him, Krishna depends. If Mother Yashoda to feed him, he depends on his mother. Although the Lord is feeding everybody. Therefore, the relationship of the Lord with devotees is extremely confidential. Only the devotee can perceive how the Lord, although full in himself, depends on his devotee for some particular work. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita 11:33, where the Lord tells Arjuna, Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. So this is a nice verse. Tasmat tvamuttishta yasholabhasva jitva shatru bhukshva rajyam samriddham Mayavaite nihata purvameva nimittamatram bhavasavya. Therefore, after showing that everybody has been killed by Krishna in the universal form, saying, therefore now you get up. Because Arjuna has left his Gandiv and everything. And Tasmat Tvam Uttishta Yasholabhasva, and get fame. Because he will become popular, right? Win the war. Jitva Shatrun, conquer your enemy, and Bhungsva Rajyam Samriddham, and enjoy a kingdom. Maye Veite Nihata Purvameva, by my arrangement, they are already killed. Nihata. Nimitta Matram Bhavasavya Sachin. Just become an instrument in the fight. Okay. O Arjuna, merely be an instrument in the fight. Lord Krishna had the competence to win the battle of Kurukshetra, but nonetheless he induced his devotee Arjuna to fight and become the cause of the victory. So already all things are done by the Lord. We just have to, he wants to give us the credit. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was quite competent enough to spread his name and mission all over the world, but he is still dependent upon his devotee to do this work. Considering all these points, the most important aspect of the Supreme Lord's self-sufficiency is that he depends on his devotees. Aham bhakta paradino. There's a verse. Aham bhakta paradino.
ये स्वतंत्र द्विज साधुबीर ग्रस्त हृदय भक्तिर भक्त जनप्रिय. Polish Maharaj.
Yeah.
9463.
Aswatantra, yeah. Aswatantra. Yeah. I'm not independent. Right? This one. Ivadvija, O Brahmana, is telling Durvasa Muni, who has come to him because Sudarshan Chakra is chasing after him. So Lord is saying, I have no power to withdraw Sudarshan Chakra because my devotee, I am dependent. He's trying to say that he's saying that unless Amrish Maharaj pardons you, I cannot do anything. So Aham Bhakta Para. Actually he can do, but Yaswatantra Ivadvija, Sadhupir Krastaridayo. My heart is controlled by the devotees. Sadhubi, by pure devotees, completely free from all material desires. They control Krishna. Or Krishna is very dear to, or the pure devotees are very dear to Krishna. Bhakter Bhakta Jana Priya. Bhakter Bhakta Jana. I am not dependent not only on my devotee but also on my devotee's devotee. The devotee's devotee is extremely dear to me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said to the Brahmana, I am completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I am not at all independent. Because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires, I sit only within the course of their hearts. What to speak of my devotee, even those who are devotees of my devotee are very dear to me. Okay, so that this is called this causeless mercy. The devotee who has perceived this causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by realization and understand the master and servant. So he is the master, we are servant. But the master also is eager to serve the servant. We don't find like that. Yeah. Like if you have employed somebody in your house to clean the house, right? You give them some money and they are serving you. Right? Or in your job. Of course, they will give you bonus and all that. Or we give sometimes to our maid servant who is in the house, give them some food or things like that. But mostly she is serving. And we are the enjoyers. Of course, we give money, but it's not like that with the Lord. So otherwise we will think, oh, how can this be? The Lord is, but actually the devotee also enjoys when serving the Lord. The mother is serving the child, but the child, mother may think, oh, I'm serving the child all 5 years now, 6 years I will. She keeps on serving the child, and she finds so much pleasure in serving the child because she has a lot of love for the child. So, the devotee doesn't feel like, oh, now I'm done. I served so much. We feel like that with our boss at work, and okay, now we have time to go home. Like, okay, but with Krishna, when the love is mature, then the devotee never feels satiated. He's satisfied but never satiated. Means he never feels that, "Oh, I've done enough. I can do more because this is so nice." And he also gets taste also in serving. Okay, so that's the advanced stage. That's the advanced stage of bhakti. But we sometimes in the beginning it's like we have to do it as a regulated way. But when you get the taste, then you want to do it more often. Okay, so we will.
But in case of Krishna also serves the devotees. It's not like just like the devotee serving and they're getting pleasure. Krishna, there's a loving relationship in like unlike this material world, but it's like a loving relationship between the master and the servant. So Krishna also serves and he accepted. He's not showing that I'm the master of this world. I can. He himself do some menial services for the devotees. Like in case of Ambrish Maharaj, also you said that right. Krishna is self-sufficient. He can decide that he can maybe forgive Durvasa Muni, but he give that authority to decide Ambrish Maharaj that you tell you what you want to do that you're my devotee. So it's not like that he's his supremacy, his own imposing his supremacy.
He takes great pleasure in serving his devotees. Like if you give unconditionally to Krishna, yourself unconditionally to Krishna, then Krishna will also give himself unconditionally to you. Yatha mam prapadyate tanstataiva bhajami ham. So they say like that, right? The last verse of Shikshashtakam is unconditionally. Whatever you want to do with me, you can do. But you are the Lord of my life. So in that way, then Krishna also becomes unconditionally. He also becomes purchased by his devotee. So
That's why he don't give the bhakti easily. He can give me everything,
he wants to
but
give,
if
but we don't want to give up our material desires. That's the problem. I mean, not you, not you. I'm saying I. He wants us, but we are not willing to give ourselves to Krishna. He wants to become purchased by his devotee, but we are also not giving ourselves fully. Of course, not we, I. So that is why, yeah. And of course, the devotee also, they never feel that they are surrendered, right? The great souls, they premera swabhav, yaha premera sambandh, premera swabhav.
सही माने कृष्ण मोरे नाही
yeah.
प्रेम गंध.
Yeah, I have no love for Krishna. I have no this thing. I'm not surrendered, right? They feel like that. That's Dainya bhav. But of course, in their consciousness, they feel the pleasure of Krishna consciousness so much. Okay, so
So,
yeah,
Prabhuji, when we use the word master and servant, uh,
yeah.
then it's more like a hierarchy, and then how then love will be there. I mean, I know in Vaikuntha Loka the this mode is like awe and reverence because then so the love is like when we say mother and child, right? There is no hierarchy as such, like master and servant. Uh, the love is there is nothing like hierarchy, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, that's why Vrindavan is more intimate, right? Vrindavan Leela is even more intimate. That's why we want to. Maybe you want to go to Vrindavan, not to Vaikuntha. Vrindavan or Vaikuntha?
Vrindavan.
So there you can have, all. You can play with Krishna and tease him also, although he's the master. Okay, of course, we cannot do art prematurely, right? We have to be first we have to give up all our material desires. We have to be pure in heart. Then that automatically, yeah. Otherwise, can become artificial. So, like Keshav Maharaj was answering that question, right? Very nice. Let me play a little clip. That lady asked Keshav Maharaj that I don't like Krishna so much because he left Radharani and went to Mathura. And then Maharaj was answering, let's hear. He said, yes, but this kind of sentiment is like when your whole life reflects that you are, when Radharani chastises Krishna and doesn't want, goes into man, her love increases. That's what he was saying. So if we do prematurely like that, and he was saying, let's see.